Hello everyone, my name is Idiotic Synergy and today we are talking about Vespa, Minx, Merdena, Orlok Bounty Hunter for the... Sorry, I'm not even going to finish that. That was going to be the worst redundant sentence known to man. The Orlok Bounty Hunter is for the Orlok gang, oh no! And you're probably thinking, well, why am I showing off this when I should be showing, you know, this first and going, ooh, this is a nice model? Because I want to like the model, I really do. Unfortunately though, it is plastic and resin. It's one of those really irritating plastic resin component kits where it tries to combine all the fun of resin with all the fun of plastic, and it just doesn't work out that well because you can't use really good plastic glue on resin, but if you use super glue on resin, then during summertime it might become unstuck. And yeah, it's not difficult to look after resin models, but it is a pain in the ass, trust me on that. I own Lucius the Eternal, the old Finecast resin model. Yeah, that model I always have to, like, just bend it into shape every summer because on where he's displayed. And if I move him, then it's even worse because, yeah, he's just a source of misery. Though I'm pretty sure it's just that whip that he has, and that whip's awful. Anyway, regardless of my complaint about Lucius the Eternal, I do like this model. Or should I say, I want to like this model because the model itself, if this was all plastic or all resin, I would understand why people really like this model because the actual sculpts themselves look really cool. I really like the driver. His name is Big Pete, and no, I'm not even making that up. That is his name. If we go down here, his name is Big Pete. He's not just any shape Pete. He's Big Pete. Yeah, he's got like a beer belly and a beard with a knot in it because why not? And I like Big Pete because he looks like a stereotypical Orlok gang member. But I also like Minx Merdena, who's got really insane hair and a giant ass rocket launcher with all of these rockets firing rapidly into the opponent or into someone's face. I do like the over-the-top amount of rockets she has, though, because, you know, if 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 rockets aren't going to do the job, then you need the additional 10 or 20 or 30. We don't know how many rockets she has, other than it's enough to level an underhive. And yeah, it's a really cool model. I like the quad bike itself. I think it looks really nice and cool. Yeah, it's a really cool model. I like the podium she has. I really like her hair. I know that sounds weird out of context, but I like her hair. It's really cool. In fact, if you wanted to do like a flaming head, or like a flaming head, yeah, a flaming head, like a head that's on fire, this would be perfect for you. Because, you know, her hair already looks like a flame effect. And if you were playing Redemptionists, then I would use this as fire. I would have to scoop out her face and use a... I'm not making it better. If you're watching this out of context, I do apologise. Just someone walks in, like, oh, what are you watching today? And they just listen to me like, yeah, if you scoop out her face, then you can use her hair as fire. Yeah, it's just a Warhammer channel. It's an inept Warhammer channel, but a Warhammer channel nonetheless. I'm basically Kirioth from Craigslist. I am happy with that. Also, I'm near 900 subscribers. When the hell did that happen? I have no idea. But thank you all for supporting the channel. It means a lot. But yeah, other than sickening platitudes aside, I think it's important to look at the rules, because there are rules for this bounty hunter. Of course there are. There is always rules, and with rules comes jank and weird skills and stuff. I hope, anyway. I do like Ash Waste. If you haven't played Ash Waste, I highly recommend it. Because you can just use vehicles, and it is rather fun using vehicles. I recommend you use Quad Bike, just because handling's really fun. It really is. But if you save up enough creds for, like, a big Goliath, like, rock grinder, then just kamikaze into people. Anyway, rolls, I'm stalling for time, my apologies. So these are the rules for Vespa Merdena, and honestly, they're quite good. Your movement is 9, which is obvious from the M9 here. Front, side, and rear, basically, your front arc, your toughness 4. But your side arc and rear arc, your toughness 3. That's how it works. Wounds 3, but it doesn't necessarily mean a whole lot because you use hull points. Yes, you have 3 hull points, however, not every wounding hit that you suffer will affect a hull point. Sometimes it can just be a glancing hit to the chassis, which doesn't mean a lot, or the driver, or just anything else because wounding vehicles is really janky. Handling is a 3-up, which is exceptionally good. If you don't know how to do handling checks in Necromunda, you roll 2 dice and combine the value. If it's the number or higher, then you passed. Your handling is a 3-up. Don't roll a double 1 and you're fine. You are better than fine. You are just groovy. Save is a 5-up, and you might think, oh, that's quite bad. It is, but that's Necromunda for you. That's it. That's all I can say. If you go into Necromunda thinking, oh yeah, I'm gonna have like a 3-up save or whatever, it's not Warhammer 40k. It's Necromunda is just regular people killing regular people. There are some shenanigans like with shadow fields and stuff, but even then, there's always a downside. And yeah, that's why I like Necromunda so much, because it is incredibly janky and weird. And anyway, ballistic skill is a 3, which is incredibly good, especially as you've got a massive fuck off missile launcher. Leadership 6, cool check 7. That's cool check 7 is average. Leadership's quite good, and I've lost my cursor. Here it is. Sorry. Willpower 5, intelligence 6, very nice. Oh, I didn't even comment on the credits. Sorry. It is 245 credits to bring this bounty hunter along in Ash Wastes. And I would recommend it because there's a lot of bounty hunters in Necromunda. Some of them are cheaper, some of them are more expensive, and some of them are Grendel Grendelson, where they're just awful. But as if you are playing Ash Wastes and you want a decent bounty hunter, I think this one is the one to choose. Just from the stats alone, it seems really cool. Her weapons is an Ironhead missile launcher, where it says it's the same as the name Mischief. So I'm going to have to look up what an Ironhead missile launcher does. And a custom stub gun, I'm going to have to look up what that does. I assume it's a stub gun, but custom. Woo! Skills, Jink. I've never heard of the Jink skill before. I assume that's like a vehicle skill or something, but I've never heard of it. Trick shot, I'll show you what that does. And type wheeled, because you can have different vehicle types. You can have wheels, which is the most reliable one. Treads, which is quite useful. Anti-grav, which depends what sort of vehicle you turn into an anti-grav. And walkers. Don't use walkers. Just don't. They are shit. Because walkers struggle a lot with terrain and stuff, and the handling is god-awful. I wouldn't recommend walkers. Stick to tyres and treads, and that's it. Oh, and anti-grav if you want. Yeah, they can just hover and go new, new. That's the noise I make, sorry. They just go new, 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 new. But dedicated gunner. You can move full distance instead of half during move and shoot. Very useful ability, because usually you have 3 types of activations when it comes to vehicles. You have move, you can just move and shoot, or just shoot all, meaning you just open fire. So that move and shoot one is very useful. It's incredibly useful, and I highly recommend you use it. Agile, you can make 1 extra turn up to 90 degrees when moving. That's really useful. That is actually incredibly useful. Because sometimes to turn while moving, it takes up a movement slot, and then you have to turn, and then you turn again, and then yeah, it's really weird. Moving with vehicles is incredibly weird, but it's Necromunda for you. So I think now it'd be ideal to have a look at what the guns do. So I'm just gonna jump cut it because yeah, I'm I have nothing else to say. Let's look at some guns, said every American ever. So, Ironhead. Anything with the word Ironhead in it. Basically, it's rapid fire. It turns that weapon into rapid fire. And you notice how in the gun it said Ironhead missile launcher, in brackets, same as Mischief. It's because Mischief is a rapid fire missile launcher. That's right. You can basically have yeah, I don't know what to say. I'm baffled here because a rapid fire missile launcher is terrifying. In fact, I need to show you what the missile launcher does. Yes, I did type in Ironhead because I couldn't seem to find it, and now I can't spell missile. But here it is. Let me just go up one, and here we go. Said every orc ever during Gazgel Fracker's War. Here we go. Anyway, so, regular missile launcher. Now remember, it's also a rapid fire missile launcher because it's Mischief. So, a missile launcher. Range 48, mate. 48 inches. It's a lot of inches. Necromunda is only a small game. Yet, you know, missile launcher, rapid fire. Yeah, it's fucking brutal. So, you know, 48, short range for this weapon. 24 inches, plus 1 to hit. Remember, your ballistic skill is free. So if you're in short range, which you might be because you've got a super fast vehicle, you're hitting on 2s. With a missile launcher that rapid fires. But don't worry though, it's only strength 4, AP -1, damage 1. And yeah, blast, because we use templates for Necromunda, blast 5-inch template. So even if you miss, you're still going to hit. Knockback and unwieldy. But what's this, I hear you say? What about the crack variant? Well, you see, with crack, it turns into strength 6, AP -2, damage flat 3. Remember, this thing rapid fires. So, if you're really lucky, you can get 3 hits with a with a rocket launcher with crack missiles. It is brutal. And yes, it says unwieldy, but who cares? It's on the back of a vehicle. Seriously, who gives a single solitary shit? But yeah, that is just brutal. That is brutal. You can just rapid fire missile launchers for days. But what about the stub gun? Well, we're gonna need to now find the stub gun, which should be somewhere. This is pistol, stub gun. I have no idea what stub gun would be. Here it is. Oh boy. Okay. Sorry. So stub gun normally, range 12 inches. The Vespa stub gun, 24 inches. Yep. Yep. It's fucking good. Short range 12, plus 2 to your ballistic skill. Strength 3, no AP, damage 1, reloading on 4s, and plentiful. That is a really good stub gun because that has the same range as an auto gun. I'm not even kidding you. In fact, it has the same range. Yeah, auto gun 24. This stub gun 24 inches, son. It's really good. It's really sodden good. But that's not all, because it's also got skills. So, we're going to have to look at the skills. So, this might involve another jump cut. I do apologise, but it's necessary. So, let's get into the skill. So, trick shot. You ignore the -1 ranged attack modifier from partial cover. And being engaged, also reduce full cover to -1. So that just means any opponent that you target with either the Stub Gun of Doom or the giant fuck-off missile launcher, there's no hiding, you're blasting them into next century. And the other skill, Jink, is a 6-up save and modifiable by AP. So, yeah, you basically get a 6-up sort of invulnerable save, sort of. It is like an invulnerable save, but it's a 6-up, so yeah, if it just means that you do have a get out of jail free. However, it's only usable once per round, which makes this skill kinda wank, if I'm being honest. I mean, usable once per round. Yeah. That's all I have to say is just yeah. And I really like this ability though. I want to talk more about the skills, but I won't because I fear that this video might be a bit too long, so I do apologise. But yeah, that's the Bounty Hunter. Do I recommend this Bounty Hunter? Yeah, it's got decent stats, a really good weapon, shit skills. Well, Trick Shot's quite good, but it seems a bit redundant because you've got Blast. It's a blast weapon. So, you know, and if you use Frag, you're fine. But yeah, it's Trick Shot's alright. Jink, I think, is a bit of a letdown, but that's just me. And yeah, it's a shame that the model is made out of plastic and resin. Anyway, I've been Idiotic Synergy. If you've enjoyed this video, please let me know. If you didn't, then my apologies. And I'll see you later. Remember, take care, stay safe, and look after each other. Bye for now.